Let's talk about the tools of the Attaches kit. One thing I want to make perfectly clear, I did not invent these tools, but I am using these tools in the kits, and this is a part of the process of the Attaches systems. So I want to show you exactly which tools are which and what they do. The first tool that you will get, that most people have in their kits, is the micro attach tool. It's a red tool, and it has a gray trigger on it, and it has a needle guard and takes a very, very small fastener. The fasteners are 11/64, and they have a less than 1/8 of an inch across the eye of the fastener. In this particular case, the fasteners come in black and white, and because of the fact that these are nylon fasteners, they can be changed, the color can be changed on these fasteners by using pigmented ink pens, because it will actually absorb the ink and you can change the color to match anything you're working on. This particular fastener is used when a fastener is going to show. For instance, in a doily or in a flag, you can use it along the stitch line of a flag, and it will blend right in as if it's one of the stitches. This tool is the tool that is primarily used in the kits that are out there today. However, we are adding a new one that will be called the micro stitch, and this tool is exactly the same thing. The only difference between this tool and the red tool, the micro attach, is that it does not have the cord. It just has a needle guard that is independent of the tool itself. There is no difference in how they operate. There is no difference in any way other than the fact that they're different colors. This is the tool that you will primarily be seeing in the new kits. In most of the kits as well, the GPFF tool, which is the tool that you see here. This tool is a mauve color. Some call it pink, some call it purple, some call it mauve. I use pink in the directions, so just to have something standard. In this case, this tool takes 3 different sizes of fasteners. They only come in one color, but they take a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch, and a 5mm fastener. This tool is the tool that is primarily used to do jerseys and clothing articles and heavy articles. The micro tool is just not heavy enough to handle the weight of jerseys over long periods of time. Some people out there now have also an orange tool. This was a tool that we used for a while in the kits. So some of the Attaches kits out there do have the orange tools. They are also a fine fabric tool. It's exactly the same tool as the GPFF tool. It does exactly the same thing and takes exactly the same fasteners as well as the same needles. The difference between this tool and the orange tool is the fact that this one, in this case, the trigger matches the needle base, as well as it does on the micro tools. The trigger matches the needle base of the needle that it takes, so you'll always know which needle to use in your tools. Now that I have described the various tools that you see here, I'm going to show you how you can load them and how to change the needle. The one thing all 4 of these tools have in common is they all work exactly the same when loading the tool and also when changing the needle. All of them, as you see here, have a toggle on one side, and on the opposite side you will find a channel groove and the channel that the fastener actually goes down through. That is on the opposite side on all of the tools that you see here. First thing that we're going to do is show you how to change the needle. Now, in changing the needle, this is where the toggle is very important. First thing that we're going to do is take that toggle and turn it forward so it's facing outward. And then we're going to pull the needle out. And then we're going to replace it with a new needle by simply taking, and if you see this needle, there's a groove that goes down through the needle base. That groove has to match up with the channel groove in the tool itself, so that's where the fastener is going to come out. Then you simply turn the toggle backwards, and now your needle is in place, and you're ready to dispense fasteners through it. Now, when loading the same tool in the same way, we're going to take, this is a 1/2 inch fastener that goes into the fine fabric tool. And as you can see on the top, it shows where there is a round circle with a groove, and this is the cradle, and this is where the clip goes in. And it slides right down and just clips into place, and pull the trigger and it will dispense fasteners. When you want to remove the clip, you simply pull back on the trigger and pull the clip out. Don't try to force it by pulling it out before you pull the trigger back. It will sometimes get jammed inside the needle, and you don't want that to happen. The same method also is for the micro tools. They have the same types of, they have the channel groove. The top is exactly the same. The difference between micro attach and the micro fasteners and the fine fabric is that the micro ones do have a right and a wrong end. And as you can see on this particular one, there is a long and a short end. The long end goes in to the cradle first. And when you push it down, it should click into place. And you're ready to dispense fasteners. And in the same manner, if you want to take the clip out, pull back and pull the clip out. Now with micro attach, you definitely do not want to try to reload a used clip. Sometimes they will jam. It can be done, but it isn't recommended because they do jam. So if you are going to take a clip out, you want to make sure that it's one that you've used quite a bit before you take it out. One of the common problems when people are trying to attach something is that they will pull the trigger before the needle is all the way through, and then they'll bend their needle, and when they do that, they also bend the plunger, which makes the tool need of repair. You should never pull the trigger until that needle is all the way through. And do not bend when you are inserting the needle. Never bend it hard to the side or you'll bend your needles. And if you're pulling that trigger and that plunger is in that needle, it's going to bend the plunger, and again, it will need to be repaired. If a fastener goes down and it starts jamming and the trigger will not release, what you want to do is turn your toggle forward, take a pliers and pull the needle out. And once you pull the needle out, it should release the jam. If it doesn't release the jam, more than likely it means that the tool has been damaged and the plunger is bent and is causing a problem.